Hello there, and welcome to Field Study, an exploration of food and the landscape.
Careful of your paws, Fern.
So you join me and Fern out on a lovely dog walk in mid-October, and we're walking down this beautiful hollow lane in the middle of the British countryside. And today I'm going to show you how to identify sweet chestnuts and how to differentiate them from your horse chestnuts or conkers. Stay tuned. Go on, get down. So when you're out walking at this time of year, mid-October, and you come across a sweet chestnut tree, the first thing that you're going to notice is that the ground underneath is littered with these prickly husks. Now they're probably very, very familiar to most of you if you live in Northern Europe, because these grow absolutely everywhere. But there is another plant which looks slightly similar to it in that it grows from a spiky husk and has these lovely chestnut sort of things on the inside, and that is the horse chestnut. Now the horse chestnut is considered to be inedible because of the amount of tannin that it contains in it. So the main way you can tell a sweet chestnut from a horse chestnut is the spines. So a sweet chestnut will have lots of needle-like spines that will sort of grow across it like fuzz. So they're really, really fuzzy. And the way that I remember this is that it's got lots more needles because what it's protecting is so much sweeter. Or something like that. Along those lines. Now the horse chestnut is sort of alien looking. It's sort of bald and it has a few spikes on the outside, but it doesn't have this sort of fuzzy mesh of needle-like spines which you get with your sweet chestnut. So once you've got that, you can probably be pretty confident that what you've got is a sweet chestnut as opposed to a horse chestnut. But just from a botanical point of view, the leaf shape is completely different. If you see here, this is the leaf of the sweet chestnut. The sweet chestnut has a sort of oval shaped leaf with these deeply incised teeth on the outside, but it goes to a point. It almost looks like fire, which is a nice autumnal image for you to keep in your mind if you want to be ideating these. The horse chestnut, on the other hand, has a leaf that goes into a big rounded bulbous end with this sort of little terminal nipple spike thing on the end of it like this. You'll usually find 5 of these leaves growing out from a single point on the stem, and it sort of looks like a giant handprint. So that's how you differentiate between the leaf structure of the horse chestnut and the sweet chestnut. So some trees on certain years won't have as good a harvest. So there's one I found just down the track here that has not really set fruit this year. You'll see these are the size of the sweet chestnuts. And they are unfortunately no good to us from an edibility point of view, purely because there isn't much going on the inside. In fact, they're almost hollow. It's just skin. So as your sweet chestnuts fall to the ground, they will usually be a lovely lime green like this. And over the course of the next week or the next couple of days, they will slowly dry out and open up more like that one to release the seed. And that's how the plant sort of distributes the seed. It rolls downhill and then opens up somewhere further away from the mother tree. So these guys are really, really prickly. They really want to protect that nut on the inside. So if you find yourself out like me today without any gloves on, the thing to do is put your boot on either side of the nut and just squash the sides of it down like so. Squash the sides of it down, and that will leave you enough room to just pick the nut out like that. And what a beauty that is! Look at the size of that one, Fern. Do you want it? Not for dogs, unfortunately. Good girl. So once you've found a good tree like this, it is really easy, as you can see, to collect quite a few in quite a short amount of time, and these store really, really well. What I do is I put them in one of these vegetable bags like this so some air can get to them so they don't start to hold moisture and potentially germinate. So that is what I do. There's many uses for chestnuts throughout Northern Europe. So in the UK we usually roast them over an open fire, and that's a lovely sort of evening's activity. You can boil them and freeze them, and that's what I'm going to be doing with this lot. These are going to be going with my Christmas dinner this year. I'm going to make a lovely stuffing with these, a lovely chestnut and onion stuffing. But one of my favourite things to do with the chestnut is forget about it. One year I put them in a mesh bag like this, and I left them hanging on the back of my door, sort of near my fireplace, and over the course of about 3 months they started to dry out on the inside of the shells. Now that drying really intensified the sugars that are inside the sweet chestnut, and when I eventually remembered that they were there, I tried one raw, because you can eat these raw, and yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. It was almost over sweet. It had like a honey-like flavour. So if you semi-dehydrate them by forgetting them in a mesh bag like this, I can guarantee you in January and February there'll be a lovely sweet pick-me-up in the depths of the winter. So yeah, that's one of my favourite things to do with these. So give that one a go. If you try it out, let me know if it works for you. It could have just been a one-off. Who knows? So leave that in the comments below. I'll be more than interested to find out how you got on with that. So I'm going to carry on collecting. There's still quite a few more hidden away here up on the banks and in the woodland. So I'm going to carry on collecting, and I shall see you soon. Good cat. You sit there. You sit there. So that's all we got time for this week. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more foraging videos from this beautiful landscape. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone that has subscribed so far, and for all the kind words. It really means a lot. Maybe one day I can turn this into a career and maybe put Fern through truffle training school. How about that? She doesn't seem impressed. She'll enjoy it. Anyway, until next week, take care. We lost it. Come on in. Is that something?